follow a lot of characters and a lot of plots, and then you eventually get intimidated and give up, and very confused.
Oh, and I look to the shape of my heart. It's separated only by scars that good in and
Hey
good
guys, it's me
out.
again, Joe, and welcome back again to another video. And for today, let's do some Q&A. So, if you've been following me on my Instagram, and that is at Bisaya Reader, I asked some of my followers days ago to ask me some book-related questions. And these are the questions that you asked me, and I'll be answering them today. Let's go with the first one, and that is from um, Ides, Ides Kaula, and she asked, "What is my favorite Cassie Clare book?" Or that's Cassandra Clare book. I am not a fan of Cassandra Clare. I'm just going to be direct. I haven't read, or I did try reading City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and that's the only attempt that I did from her. I never read any of her books after that. Um, City of Bones traumatized me, and I would like you to, I would like to apologize for that. I know some of you guys really love Cassandra Clare, the world that she built, the Mortal Instruments series. That's where she started, and I can see why. But I think those series or the works of Cassandra Clare is not really for me. I did try. I did my best to really get into the world or get into the series with City of Bones. I attempted reading it years ago several times, not just once, twice, several times, promise me. And there's really something about the writing style or prose of Cassandra Clare that is really not for me. And also, I do find that her story, or especially in the City of Bones or the Mortal Instruments series, it is a fantasy. I mean, it's a love story disguised as fantasy, and I'm not into romance. I'm not into love story thingy. So, some of my followers or some of my friends who really love Cassandra Clare told me that I should really give it a try, read Infernal Devices, or continue reading City of Bones, and the story will eventually get better and better as books after books. And I haven't tried it back yet, so I do have a lot of books on my TBR, and that's I will probably read it someday, but for now I'm going to skip it. But I have high respects for Skandakar, and you adore her fans, and I can really see why they love the series. It's very magical fantasy. It's an urban fantasy to be, and there's love triangles, which the interest of some readers, and which, to be honest, not really for me. All right, so thank you, I dress Kala, for that question. And now let's go to the next one. This is the question from It's Jet Robles. Hi, Jet. And her question is, what's your bookish pet peeves? Huh. Bookish pet peeves. What's your bookish pet peeves? To be honest, I don't know what pet peeves mean. I'm sorry. So let me search the pet peeves. Okay, Google. Define pet peeves.
Here's the definition of pet peeve. Informal. Something that a particular person finds especially annoying.
Alright, so pet peeves is something an individual finds personally annoying. So it's really a subjective question. So I do have a lot of pet peeves when it comes to books, or bookish pet peeves. So thank you, Jet, for this question. The first one one of my pet peeves when it comes to books or book related pet peeves is that I really hate reading books that are ruined. I hate seeing books that are torn or have no plastic covers. That's the one. As you can see, all of my books at the back are all covered except for these old ones, because I ran out of plastic covers. But mostly all of the books, most of my favorite books, they're plastic covered. And I don't know, I do really find covering books therapeutic. My second bookish pet peeve is that it's really annoying for me to lend my books. I don't really want to lend my books, or let others borrow my books. I do really want them for myself. It's kind of selfish, even though, you know, I don't know. I just don't trust people borrowing my books, and I just really, really care so much of my books. And I hate to say this, but I'm sorry, but I don't really let my friends borrow my books, and it's just really selfish, right? But I'm just really scared that they might not respect my books. They won't take care of it. I do have some experiences way back, and it's really traumatizing. Some of them borrowed my books and they returned it ruined. Some was not returned to me, and those are some of the reasons why, you know, I don't let them borrow. The next bookish pet peeves is probably mass paperback. Yeah, I've read Miss Bourne, all three Miss Bourne with the mass paperback, but sometimes I find it really annoying to read books that have a really small font, and these are very specific for mass paperback editions, especially for adult books or adult high fantasy books. For those of you who don't know mass paperbacks, this is an example of a mass paperback. As you can see, they're small and they do have really small fonts, and it's really hard for me to read. I do have an eyesight problem, and I can't really read small fonts. And yeah, and the last one, my last bookish pet peeves will probably be, that's it, I think. Alright, so thank you so much, Jet Robles, and I've learned something new today, and that is the term pet peeves. So, guys, my vocabulary is not that, deep and wide. So, thank you, Jet, for teaching me something new today. The next question comes from Savvy Lang Author. So, for those of you who don't know, Savvy Lang Author is a Filipina, and she is an author of Orinyain. She sent me a review copy, an ebook format, and I'm sorry, Savvy, I haven't read that yet. And it's on my TBR though, and I'll be reading it soon. It's a fantasy, a debut of hers, and if you want to check it out, can you message her? Her question is, who's the best villain you ever read? Who's the best villain you ever read? I'm currently reading Vicious by V.A. Schwab right now, as in, I'm down to the first 37%, and it's part of Bisaya's book club, book of the month for September, and we're running out of time. It's only days left and haven't finished it, but I'll be finishing it before September ends for sure. So far, who's the best villain you ever read? I think that will be, from Vicious by V.A. Schwab, that will be Ally. I'm not really sure if Ally is an, Victor or Ally. I'm not really sure which of the two is a villain, so please don't spoil me. So that's kind of interesting. That's what I love so far from Vicious, because you don't really know who to root for. It's either Ally or Victor. So I'm kind of trying to weigh things. So we'll see. And probably my best villain is going to be Marsh from Brandon Sanderson's Miss Bourne trilogy. Marsh is the older brother of Kelsier, and oops, sorry. So, for those of you who haven't read Miss Bourne, I'm really sorry. That's not supposed to be here. I'll try to edit the one. So, let's proceed. Thank you, Savi, for that question. Let's proceed to the next question. That's Holy Just Kid, and the question is, what are your top 3 picks in the thriller genre? Oh, that's kind of interesting. What are my top 3 picks in the thriller genre? I haven't read a lot of thriller yet. I just started reading thriller recently. Earlier this year, 2019. I haven't read a thriller for the past couple of years. It's just this 2019. There's something about mystery slash crime slash thriller that really, catches my attention. So I would probably pick my top 3 thriller. Will be the first one will be The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. That book is awesome. The second one will be The Dry by Jane Harper. And the third one will be Then She Was Gone by Lizzie Joe. This one. Yes. I'm sorry if I do admit that I'm not really a credible, you know, thriller reader. I just started, but I know those are so far the best thrillers that I've read. Next one is from Books and Jane. Hi Ate Jane. She's a fellow Filipino Instagram or bookstagrammer. She's from Cebu also. Ate Jane asked me adult fantasy for a starter. Interesting. And adult fantasy for a starter, it's very easy. I'll highly recommend Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. And the main reason why I will recommend adult fantasy for a starter, Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, is number one, it has a very interesting magic system. It's very unique. It's a magic system that we haven't read before, we haven't encountered before. The second one is the writing style, which is simple and direct to the point, and it was easy to get into, especially if you're new to adult high fantasy. The third one is it has a good set of characters, and the fourth one is a very limited world, not just compared to other adult high fantasy, which is a bunch of characters, a bunch of it's complex world, and you get to follow a lot of characters and a lot of plots, and then you eventually get intimidated and give up and very confused. Mistborn is not like that. It's simple, it's concise, and but doesn't mean it's bad. There's a lot of components and it's really interesting. So that's why I'm going to recommend it for those who are just going to start reading adult high fantasy. And it's Brandon Sanderson. I'm a fan. Alright, so thank you so much guys for asking. Is so far my first Q&A, or my first attempt for filming a Q&A for my bookish related questions for this channel. So thank you so much. If you haven't followed me on my Instagram, that is at Bisaya Reader, and thank you so much for watching also my video. And if you like this video, can you please click the thumbs up, subscribe on my channel, and thank you so much again, and have a good day. See you on the next video. Bye bye.